Even people with high incomes are living paycheck to paycheck because they're not checking their habits and their mindset.
Just because you have some debt doesn't mean that that's the thing you should be attacking. Maybe you should be attacking your cash flow.
Generational wealth is about like the mindset that gets changed in each generation.
We need to go back to the drawing board to teach people how to earn money.
No matter how much money you're earning, it's all gonna fly down the drain because you've really never mastered how to create habits.
If you don't have new conversations, you'll never open up doors to opportunities that are out there for you to make new money. Hey, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Monday, February the 2nd.
January flew by.
January's out of the window. It's gone.
January just
It's not here. It's done.
flew right by with a storm.
It's done.
The storm took it.
But either way, we've made it into February. We've made it a month into 2026. Hope your 2026 is going well so far. Sorry we weren't here last week. Zara completely forgot. She completely, I called her 40 minutes before to make sure I was still stranded in Nashville at the time. So I called her 40 minutes beforehand, and she said, I'll be there. And then I logged on, and then she didn't even answer the call after 30 minutes. I was like, hey, are you jumping on? And she didn't even answer. So, like I always tell you, it's we do this as long as she shows up, right? If she shows up, then we'll do
And
it.
look at this.
And I will show
doing.
up.
Look at that, what she's doing. She barely pays attention now. I bet if I ask her a question, she won't even answer it. She'll be like, huh, baby?
All right. Give a quick Z's book reads. Give her.
So, yeah, Z's book reads. Support Z's book reads when it's on TikTok.
They can't understand. Super
Told you,
big
see?
TikTok.
Told you gotta practice.
TikTok book
You gotta
reads.
unperk your mouth.
That's right.
Use regular language.
Talk like a big.
Support
and tell
Z's book reads.
tell people about why they should support Z's book reads. What is it doing?
It's a very good. Is it a channel?
Sure.
It's a very good channel, and it teaches your kids. Stop nodding your head.
I'm watching. I need your mouth to open a little wider so you can pronunciate
This
a
is
little better.
Is that better?
'Cause,
Enunciate.
yes.
Okay.
Enunciate.
And that it teaches your kids how to read in the summer, and they're not just watching their iPad.
All right.
And just going to the pool. Which going to the pool is personally
There
much
you go
better
again.
than
There you
the
go
iPad.
again.
There you go again.
Back to
I know.
branding and marketing.
We'll work on it, but yes,
Yes.
go support Z's book reads over there on TikTok.
Yeah.
We need to get her to 1,000 followers so she can go live, so we can start selling some
How
books.
many followers
And
do
We're not close.
what does it do for authors, Bum Bum? What does these book reads do for authors?
you have? Money?
No,
Well,
it helps them
yeah, it gives them exposure to.
exposure. Yeah, it helps them be able to market their
That's right.
stuff.
So, anyway, Z's book reads coming up. Make sure you go do that.
Yeah.
And as always, we're here Money Mondays with the Muzans to talk about money, right? To be the resource.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah.
Oh, money
Mondays
With
with the
Muzans.
Muzans.
You were late. You were.
I don't
we're
care.
Yeah.
4 minutes into. We're
I
4
don't-
minutes. Okay.
I
Who are you
don't
looking at? Go.
Yes.
Go back to school.
Go ahead. Yes,
Go
that's
back
right.
to school.
Go get your stuff done. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, let me
Anyways.
get some chair.
Anyway, so we're here. Money Mondays. Again, the reason we do this show is to be a resource for you financially. If you got financial questions, things that you want to talk about, we know you're all thinking about money, right? We're all thinking about it to a degree. The question is, who are we talking to about it? And are we talking to the right people about it? And do we get the answers that we need? Even if you know what you think you know, there's a bunch you don't know.
That you don't know, that you don't know.
That's right. And so
That's right.
that's why this is
You
important.
don't know what you don't know.
You really don't.
And that's what professionals are for.
It's not good enough just to take the word of your coworkers and the people around you and the people that are in your life. It's not good enough. You got to get down to what your issues are.
One-on-one.
Yeah, what your it's literally like your health, right? Your financial health, your physical health. similar ways that you operate.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't just listen to your coworker or your neighbor about what you're feeling in your health. If you have symptoms, you're going to go to a professional eventually.
Right.
Sure, you might look up
Their
something.
lab work is not your lab work.
That's right. Sure, you might look something up online. That's fine. And then you're going to go do lab work. Then you're going to go see a professional so they can tell you what's happening. And whether you choose to listen to that doctor or not, that's your choice. Mm-hmm. You would still go, and then they might say, oh, you have XYZ or you need this medication. You might be like, nah, I don't want that. That's your choice. Mm-hmm. But at least you got the diagnosis and the information from a professional. Mm-hmm. That's what we're asking in your financial life. In your financial life, whatever information you've received from friends, family, the internet, your experiences, fine. And when you go see a professional like us, when we sit down with you, you now will understand kind of some of your symptoms and why things are the way they are, because all of it can change. If there's any part of your financial life that you want to change, you can change it. Mm. That's the key. It's just, do you know how to, or do you have blind spots? Do you know kind of what's holding you back? So that's why the conversations are important.
Very important. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's like preventative care. We want to stay with the doctor analogy too. You don't want to wait until you have a problem. Lots of times people wait in their finances to talk to a professional until they have a problem in their finances. But when you're really doing it right and you're paying attention to it and you're growing it and you're feeding it and you're nurturing it and, you're keeping it in constant conversation, then you have a professional to help you with the preparation for, what you want in your legacy and your wealth building. Just like preventative care. You wait till it's too late to go to the doctor. It could be too late when you go seek a financial professional in your financial health.
That's right. There is a too late. I know we hear that saying, like, it's never too late. There is a too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with money and especially with health.
Mm-hmm.
There is a too late where there's just nothing to do. You came too late. There's nothing we can do. Mm-hmm. If you're already 77 and you haven't figured out retirement, like,
or 62 and haven't figured out retirement.
Well,
I mean, it's even at 62. That it's too late at 62. It's that you're not going to make the same impact as you could have made if you started at 32.
Sure.
So in some areas, too late is too late, but in other areas, too late can also mean you're definitely not going to be able to make that same impact, or your dreams must change at this point because it's not magic show either. Just like medicine isn't magic. Mm-hmm. When you wait too late for those types of things, your body can't recover 100%. And sometimes neither can your finances. So, big dreams ask for big levels of preparation and preventative care and all of those things. So if we want to live until 100, we got to be having a lot of preventative care up to that age. If we want to be able to have our money keep us comfortable and well lived till 100, then we have to have a lot of preparation for that too.
Got to put a plan in place. We've talked about it before, but it takes planning. It takes planning. Even if you just want, you might want to live to 100. Some people might just want to live this is what we hear the most, a comfortable retirement, right? Mm-hmm. This one, a comfortable retirement. It's the opposite, right? Because I went over here. A comfortable retirement, right? So what is a comfortable retirement? It means you stop working at 55 to 65, whatever you choose. And then from that point to whenever you go, you're good financially. You have all the things you want, you spend how you want, you have all the savings you want, you can travel where you want, do what you want, right? That's the comfortable retirement most people think of. Most people don't even get there, right? So the lack of planning shows up in many different ways. For the person that can't make it to 100, for the person that never gets comfortable fully in retirement, you might retire, but on a fixed income, now you're not really comfortable doing all the things you want to do. You're still kind of check to check, pinching pennies. You're going to live that for the next 25, 30 years. We're trying to make sure that you have the preventative care. right? That's what it is. It's the preventative care side, not the triage after, you know, you lost all your money in your 401k, then what can we do? That's triage type stuff, right? That's the ER. That's surgery. Right? We can't go. We're not
surgeons.
We're not surgeons. But you come to see us early enough, we can catch some symptoms and say, hey, instead of you putting money in this vehicle, maybe we put it over here. Maybe for the last 20 years, this was the best place, but maybe for the next 10, this is a better place. Maybe this is time to diversify. I was just having this conversation with a gentleman who, you know, has most of his ducks in a row and, you know, retiring and those things. But we had a serious conversation about what's happening politically and, right, like in our society. And I was like, his beliefs were that, like, it's not going to look good. And if it's not looking good, like, he's going to move to a different country. And I'm like, okay, are you going to make that a part of your financial strategy? Right? Because if the way it sits, 95% of your money sits in the stock market under different brokerage accounts, under different retirement accounts, you are still betting on the U.S. economy. Like, if you're telling me in your personal beliefs, you don't think it's going to last here and the dollar and you're going to leave, then why is 95% of your money sitting in the U.S. stock market? That's the opposite strategy. So maybe it's time to say, instead of 95% of my money being there, maybe I only need 60% of my money there.
Right.
Maybe it's we don't pull out fully, but maybe it's like, if I don't even believe in the country and the way that it's moving, well, I'm not going to cast all of my stuff into the U.S. stock market. That makes no sense. So maybe I drop it to 75% or 70 or 65% of my savings, and then some does go to crypto and some does go into real estate in other countries, right? Like, when you have money, you can do lots of things with it. It's just, who are you talking to that's giving you these ideas? Or you just listening to CNBC? Or you just thinking the stock market's the only way? Or buying a piece of real estate in the States? Maybe you do want to buy real estate in Spain. Maybe that's smart to take money out of your investment here in the stock market, because you know you want to retire in Spain and you can get cheap property over there, and you can, right? Or maybe you want to retire in France or whatever country you're thinking about. That has to become a part of your strategy, your financial strategy. So these are the benefits of having conversations with professionals. These are the benefits.
And for a lot of people, that ends up, you know, becoming a cash flow conversation in many cases, especially cases where people haven't been doing preventative care, haven't been doing preparation care in their finances. And now they're 40 or they're 40 something, and they've just been living that same cycle, paycheck to paycheck, and not really being able to take it to the next level of savings and, you know, to really build the retirement lifestyle they want. Then it becomes a cash flow conversation. It always ends up coming back to cash flow. People got to make more money. Like, that's just what it is. If inflation and cost of living and cost of goods and cost of services and cost of everything continues to rise, cost of retirement even continues to rise, then something else has to happen in our income that allows it to rise as well. And usually the job salary is not rising with the level of inflation. So it causes a lot of, like, lost years of just paycheck to paycheck living if people don't take it to the next level of getting more cash flow.
Normally I say that inevitably when people talk to us about money, whether we start with insurance or whether we start with their savings or their debt or they have an investment question, it doesn't really matter where we start. Inevitably, it's going to come back to their cash flow, right? Inevitably, it's going to come back to how much is coming in and how much is going out. It's a lot different if you are making $8,000 a month, you know, $8,000 a month and your expenses are $7,000 a month. It's different than if you're only making $3,000 a month and your expenses are $3,000 a month. A lot different than if you're making $27,000 a month and your expenses are $7,000 a month, right? Like, cash flow is what determines how much you can save and how fast you can pay off debt and where to invest and how to invest. It all kind of starts there. So having that conversation, again, is important. I think we've done a good job as a financial industry on teaching people how to keep more of their money, right? Like, kind of budgeting and things like that, every app, every bank account that you have has some type of like pie chart, something to show you where all your spending is going. Almost every, from credit card to bank account, like they all have something to show you where your money's going. But they stopped showing us how to go make money. Right? Like that was the side of cash flow that we inevitably have to talk about, because most people don't know how to earn money. Right? In all the ways. We know, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, get some higher education, get a master's or a doctorate, then go back in that same field and work more. That's the trajectory that we've kind of learned. And if that doesn't pan out, then what do we do?
And even then, in those cases, like when you're not able to keep working, like God forbid you got a sickness or you got hurt or you have a family tragedy, whatever the case is, if you're not able to keep being on the job, you're not getting paid. So I just had a conversation with someone the other day about that, and she was like, my husband don't work, he don't get paid, you know? And I was just like, wow, that's hard. Yeah. Like it's a scary thing. And he just had his appendix burst. He was in the hospital for like 2 weeks because there was a huge infection, all this stuff. And she was like, when he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. And that just was like, yeah, it's a big waker upper for a lot of people. Yeah. That's the also like why it's important to learn how to earn in various ways, not just like, you know, go to this job, do this thing, and then I get paid. But, you know, that's part of the preparation too, honestly. When we start to think about like now preparing our kids, we have to like prepare our kids now. When they focus on the preparation of finances, it's not just saving and investing and this and that. It is also now ways of earning. Like that has to now go in. It's not just like get a job, get a good, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, are you constantly thinking of more ways to earn while you're in this preparation process? Constantly thinking of ways to earn.
Are you just developing your skill set of learning how to earn money? Again, 3 stages to this. It's real simple stuff. Earn money, save money, invest money. In that order. You have to learn how to do those things. Most people want to learn how to invest and they've never learned how to save. Most people want to learn how to save and they've never learned how to earn money. They've never learned how to go make a bunch of it in many different ways. The job is one way. Self-employed is another way. Business owner is another way, right? Like learning certain industries, learning how to add value, learning how to change it. Like it's all just learning how to earn. What if you, and this is why my pushback to like people that only think about college, it's like that used to be the way, but in 2026, that's not the way, because you have to learn how to continue to earn. They're only going to teach you one way.
How to continue to earn, exactly.
Yeah,
like that's the key.
Continue to earn
you have
money.
to constantly be thinking about new and evolved ways to learn, because like that's what's happening now. Like our traditional way of earning is becoming more and more outdated and has too many like insecurities. Like you get sick, you can't work, you don't get paid. You know, like there's too many insecurities to it. So there's no like plan B, plan C. So you have to constantly be learning new ways because things are getting outdated. There's more competition. AI is now a huge competitor to many of people's jobs. So not just like teaching adults have to be learning this, but for parents, like make sure you guys are actually having these conversations, constant conversations, and teaching your kids in this preparation process of their finances that learning how to earn different ways constantly is a huge factor in the preparation of their financial wellness.
Starts with you though, right? The parent. It starts with you. I know you can't teach what you don't know. You can't teach what you don't know. Like for many parents. And
and because kids watch by you what they're seeing, not what they're hearing from you, what they're actually seeing and watching you guys do and deal with. So it does definitely starts with the parents.
Starts with the parents. If this is stuff that is not comfortable to you or familiar to you, that's why reach out, have a conversation. Like again, we just said it earlier. Like it's never like it can get too late to where like none of this stuff changes for you. But while you're in your journey, while you're doing what you need to right now, like reach out. Let's have a conversation. Your kids are dependent. Especially if you're a parent, if you have children, like your children are dependent on you to get this information and like guide them, right? When they say, I don't want to go to college, and that's the only path you had for them, and you have no other way to help them do anything else outside of that, well, maybe we gotta look at ourselves as parents and be
Right.
like, hey, did we do the right thing? You know what I mean? I know we have the best intention. We do the best with what we can.
Right.
But if we're sending them off to teach them how to go earn money, right? How to make a living for themselves, all those things, then we have to be diversified enough in our thinking to be like, all right, well, maybe if you don't go this way, here's another option. And here's another option. And here's how you would do this. Here's a book for this. And here's a school for this. And here's a website for this.
Right.
Like we got to give them other things so that otherwise they're gonna figure out themselves. The smart ones do. Everyone does, right? Like over time, they're gonna figure out that type of stuff themselves. But as a parent, you can help. Cash flow is important, ladies and gentlemen.
Cash flow is so important.
Cash flow is important. We put cash flow options down here. Cash flow is important. We can die on this hill of like,
I know.
you gotta like.
It's so funny because it really does go back to that. It always ends up inevitably in some way going back to that because that is the root of your financial wellness. So roots cannot die. You never stop working on the roots. So that's the cash flow is the root of your financial wellness, and you got to have lots of roots. We can have so many analogies about this. Like it's so funny. Doctor analogies, medical analogies, planting analogies, because you have to have multiple roots. Like eventually, if you have just one root, that root is not sustainable, right? Trees, if you look at a ginormous tree, its roots are everywhere. That's kind of how your cash flow might do better off. Like the bigger the root, the more the roots, strong roots, the bigger the tree. So it's very similar in our financial life. The more we have strong streams of income, and strong streams, because people can go the other way and be like, I'm a jack of all trades and I do a million things. I'm so busy, but I still don't make lots of money. So the strong roots,
the reliable ones,
reliable,
right? Like that's the word.
Sustainable.
Yeah, like we're talking a lot about multiple streams of income, but it's not about.
And they're like making a few dollars here and a few dollars there,
or
but the energy output is.
They just have the LLC set up, or they have the idea and they sold one thing one time, right? But like, do you have reliable sources of income? Reliable things that like you can go to and tap in and be like, if I do this, I'm gonna make X. Not like across your fingers, like have something set up.
Right.
We have to teach people how to earn money. It's a really, really
it's a
big
skill.
part.
It's a necessary skill, and it can't just be like a soft skill. Like I know how to earn money at a job.
Yeah.
That's not a strong skill. It has to be like I'm constantly thinking of it and evolving with it and gathering information and building that muscle. Because it's like a muscle.
It is.
Not even just a skill.
We make money at the level of our skill set, and that skill set has to evolve over time.
Yeah,
that's all. And so that's our encouragement to all of you, for your children, if you have children, but for yourself. Like you want to be able.
She's like, take me out.
you want to be able. You probably need to take her
I need to take her out.
You want to be able to diversify the ways that you make money. And you have to upgrade your skill set. If just by hearing that, you're like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't even
talk
know
to someone.
Anything. Yeah.
That's also where you can talk to professionals. Like most entrepreneurs will also tell you, man, I wish I had a mentor. I wish I had somebody to like talk to about these things. I could have saved myself a lot of energy and time just learning from someone else's mistakes. So go talk to a professional, talk to an entrepreneur, talk to us. Talk to people who are actually doing this type of work and jump on their calendar and have a conversation.
Yeah, good stuff, y'all. Got to go make some more money. For some of you, it's about keeping more of the money you make, but that's not the majority of you. The majority of you probably just, what would an extra $3,000?
And it's hard to keep the money that you're making if inflation and things keep rising and life doodads keep happening. It's going to get more and more difficult over time to keep that money that you're making, if that money that you're making isn't growing.
Yeah, but that's the key, right? Don't focus on those things. That's what happens. I was on a call earlier with a young lady, and I was asking her where we were talking about like the cash flow and kind of all the things, and she was like, the economy is the reason cash flow is bad. And I'm like,
No.
like what
yeah.
part? Like she was like, all those things, inflation and the economy and the price of everything going up. And I was like, one of my mentors used to always say, all right, Chris, life's not expensive. You just don't make enough money.
Yeah.
Right? It's where you choose to focus.
Right.
You can choose to focus like, oh, gas is going up and prices of this and we can't afford anything. Or you could be like, man, I don't make enough money.
Yeah.
How do I go make more?
Right.
Right? And that's the thought, the mindset people have to be in, because most people are into blaming, oh, it's the economy's fault, it's the government's
and waiting
fault,
for it to
and
change.
waiting for it to change. And it's like,
not going
that's
to.
not going to change. Like, you just need to make more money, and you've been just relying on your job to pay you, and you've been holding yourself back.
Right.
You got to go get the skill sets to say, how can I go bring in an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month? Most people don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in their life. You need an extra $4,000 a month to change your financial
Absolutely.
life. Completely change it. If you bring in an extra $3,000 a month, that's an extra $36,000 a year. If you're already making 70,000, you just pushed yourself over to the six-figure mark. It'll change your financial life completely. And it's so simple to do in 2026 to figure out, what are my skill sets? What am I good at? Where is there an opportunity? Is there someone that can show me this? Is there AI that can walk me through how to do it? Can I get a course? And then make extra money. Like actually do it to make extra money, and your life will change, right? Like your financial life change. But you got to be thinking about that and not be thinking about, oh, it's the economy. Oh, when the president changes. Oh, when the government this. Oh, when taxes that. Like none of
those are certain.
None of that.
What's certain is you and the power and control that you have to use your skill sets and evolve. Yeah. So, anyways, y'all, that's our morning for you. Go focus on making some more money. If you have questions or you just want to brainstorm, or you're like, I don't even know how to think about this, reach out to us. We make ourselves super available. Absolutely.
We'll have a conversation. We'll brainstorm with you. Right? We'll throw out the ideas of what you can go do. But at the end of the day, it's about you getting you and your family to where you need to be financially, and not allowing what's happening in this crazy world to affect you and impact you financially, which it's doing for a lot of people. So we're here to help. We're on your side. John Maxwell always says, my name is John and I'm your friend. Right? So we're the Muzons. And we're your friends.
That's right.
All right, we gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Happy
Mondays
with
the Muzons. All right,
that was late.
Z's
book reads. Next time, enunciate. We're gonna work on that.
Yeah, we gotta work on your enunciation.
Yeah.
All right,
we're gonna like Shark Tank.
That's right. We'll see y'all soon. Next week. Take care.